Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this July 10th. No, today's Tuesday, right? Do it. Okay, that's why okay, that makes sense. I came to my office this morning and looked at all the stuff on Thursday. And I thought, why didn't I look at this? Okay, I did. Welcome to this Tuesday, July 8th, 2025 meeting of the Lewis and Clark County Commissioners. We always start this off with a Pledge of Allegiance, and we will do the same today. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Introductions, of course. I am Candace Payne, the chair of this operation, and to my left is Tom Rolfe.
Good morning.
Good morning. And to his far left is our friend Brandy Spangler, who will be pretty much running the operation, making sure we get everything lined up correctly. To my right is Andy Hunthausen, Mr. Commissioner, and Keegan Shea, from the County Attorney's Office, and Roger Balls, our Chief Administrative Officer, CAO. Yep, I did it. Okay. We have a sign-up sheet right there on that little table, and I hope you'll help yourself to it. Also, agendas are there. And we have no consent action items. So we will be moving right into the first exciting presentation by Mr. Dan Karlin, bid opening, Holmberg Drive resurfacing.
Good morning, Chair Payne, Commissioners. For the record, Dan Karlin, County Engineer. Today, we're going to be doing a bid opening for the Holmberg Drive resurfacing project. You can see on your screen there, that's the extent of the project. Starts at roughly Canyon Ferry Road and goes north to the intersection of that first cross street. For the work, it is a couple isolated dig out locations to repair some base gravels, supplemented with fabric, then replaced back to existing surface, and then an overlay over the top of that of asphalt. And we have two bids today. The first of which is from Cap Paving Incorporated of East Helena, Montana. The signature page appears to be complete. The certification regarding debarment is included. Their bid bond is included and appears to be complete. And they have submitted a total unit price bid of $129,288 and no cents. Our second bid is from Montana Materials and Construction of Helena, Montana. We have included a bid bond that appears to be complete. Have included their certification regarding debarment. Their signature page appears to be complete. They have submitted a total unit price bid of $116,965 and no cents.
Again,
$116,965.00. All right. And staff would like to take these bids under advisement and come back on July 22nd with a recommendation for award of the project.
Thank you, Dan. Would you give a little explanation as to why we open these bids in this manner, just for public knowledge?
Absolutely, Chair Payne, Commissioners. So this is public dollars and tax dollars. So we want this to be as fair and equitable as possible for all entities, as well as to get the best possible price for the taxpayers. So in order to do that, we advertise these bids publicly on our website, as well as in the publication of record, which in this case is the Helena Independent Record. We have a pre-bid conference where contractors are allowed to ask questions. We respond to those questions to all interested parties, as well as post those on our website with bidding documents. So everyone has a level playing field. We do wait until they're actually submitted the night before or the day before at 4 p.m. on Monday. They're held sealed until this point in time. So we do not open them outside of the public eye. So there's no opportunity for
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans is the word I was thinking of. But yes, no impropriety, no appearance of impropriety or anything of that nature. So everyone can observe the entire process, and everything is entirely above board for all parties involved.
Okay, thank you. It seems like a good workable solution. Is there any questions from the commission? Tom, Andy? Seeing none, is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, we should have a motion.
Chair Payne, I would move to ask staff to review these two bids and come back on July 22nd with a recommendation on which bid should be accepted.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that this bid be taken back to our trustee staff and reviewed, and a recommendation made to us on July, what was the date?
22nd.
27th.
Second.
Second, 22nd? Okay. On July 22nd, at which point we will be able to make a decision on this. All in favor? Do we have further? I got to follow my script here. Is there any further comment from the commission? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Dan. Next up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Next on our agenda is action item 3B, grant award to Lewis and Clark Public Health from the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. And this will be presented by Sarah Sandau. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair Payne and members of the commission. I'm Sarah Sandau, the grant specialist at Lewis and Clark Public Health. Today, I have before you a grant award from the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services for their Public Health Emergency Preparedness Grant in the amount of $111,541 for helping enhance local capacity to respond to public health emergencies. The grant period would be July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Public Health has received this task order for many years, and it is in our fiscal year budget. The purpose of this task order is to upgrade and enhance local public health capacity to respond to events impacting health through planning and assessment. When I talk about a public health emergency, I'm talking about different communicable diseases. So I'm talking about measles or syphilis. I'm also talking about tick-borne diseases, or if there's a flood, how is that impacting our well water? So public health emergencies could look like a variety of things. It could look like a fire, but in the way that how is the smoke affecting our folks? So the smoke would be a component of public health. We partner very well with your county disaster services. The goal is to increase public health's ability to prepare for, respond to, and recover from health threats and other activities that can promote a safer and more resilient community. Some of the tasks this year include making our emergency management plans are updated and approved by the Board of Health, making sure entities in the community have updated emergency testing kits for water and chemicals, participating in training activities, developing a volunteer management plan so that in the situation we have access to volunteers and we know what to do. Because as we all know, once the emergency comes, that's not when we want to be practicing. We want to make sure that we have practice, we have our partners in place, everyone knows what their role is so that we can just group partners together and respond. So the goal of this one is the planning and preparation before anything. Staff recommends approval and I'm here for questions.
Is there any questions from the commission? Andy? Tom? Seeing none. I think we all have our friends in Texas in mind right now and wonder, you know, if something like that happened here, we hope our emergency services have planned for it. So I think this is a good thing we're getting done here today. No further comment from the commissioners. Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, let's have a motion.
Commissioners, well explained. Thank you very much. I would move to approve this grant award as described by Sarah Sandau.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve this grant award as described by Sarah Sandau. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Sarah. Here you are. She moves pretty fast. Next on our agenda, 3C, amendment to grant award contract between Lewis and Clark County and the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. And you are not Kellie McBride.
I'm not. I'm Jillian Denisi, Chair, Commission. I'm Jillian Denisi. I'm the Behavioral Health Supervisor for Criminal Justice Services, and I'm here.
Is your
Kellie today.
microphone on?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm just having, it's heck. I'm getting old and my hearing is bad. So please speak into the microphone and talk slowly.
Oh boy. Okay.
And just so you know, we're not in a rush. Your presentation is very important to us. So
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Before you today is a grant award amendment to between Lewis and Clark County Department of Criminal Justice Services and the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. And this is for behavioral health services in our detention center. The Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services, DPHHS, has awarded Lewis and Clark County's Department of Criminal Justice Services $53,594.02 through the Healing and Ending Addiction Through Recovery and Treatment HEART initiative. The purpose of this funding is to improve our community's capacity to respond to the behavioral health needs of people incarcerated in our detention center. Implementing behavioral health services within detention facilities provides an opportunity to initiate care for individuals during a time of high need and facilitate more successful community integration upon discharge. The award will support and continue the existing behavioral health services we provide in our county's detention center. The award includes funding for the county's behavioral health therapist, licensed addiction counselor, case manager, and education and transition coordinator. The attached contract is Amendment 2 for the award period July 1, 2022 through June 30, 2024. The amended contract reflects a contract extension for the award period July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2026. The awarded amount covers the first 3 months of fiscal year 26. DPHHS is solidifying funding sources and drawdown requirements for the remaining 9 months of the contract. So that'll be before you in a few months. And staff recommends approval.
well, that wasn't so bad. Whew.
Yeah.
Commissioners, any questions? Andy?
I have a question.
Oh, of course.
No, I have an easy one for you.
Okay.
And I don't want you to leave too fast, right? We don't want to be done too soon. I know you do, but we like you here. No, just, I'm very much in support of of what you're presenting today, but it's an opportunity. I don't know that our public is fully aware or maybe needs a reminder of all the behavioral health activities that are happening in our detention center. So maybe just take us through a day in the life, or maybe someone becomes incarcerated, and as they come into the facility, what do we do and how do we assess their behavioral health needs, and who's there doing it?
Sure. Chair, Commission. So when an individual enters detention, they can kite for services, and that's for any of those staff I mentioned.
Excuse me, they can what for services?
Oh, I'm sorry. They can submit a kite, which is a request through the kiosk system in their pods. So they can request programming, services from our staff, anything they may need from detention center staff. So it's as needed, unless individuals come in and need stabilized on a suicide watch, and that is done by our therapist. Our case manager helps individuals be furloughed to treatment while they're incarcerated. Our education and transition coordinator runs programs like AA, NA, chaplain services, smudging services, so many things. Library is a big one. And then she can work with individuals on a transition plan to help them better transition into the community. And our licensed addiction counselor does a lot of, chemical dependency evaluations that gets people into the treatment facilities on furlough. And then if they need it, when they depart. So we're just there to help people get through one of the toughest times of their life and how we can support them. And when they work very closely with the medical staff. And now we have a physician in-house that will sort of support the whole mission.
Thank you. Thanks, Chairman.
Thank you, Andy. That was a good question. Tom, do you have anything?
Just thought this does seem to fit well with the contract we just approved for a physician to come in-house, and we might just explain again how that's helpful to both the folks in the center and to the staff.
Sure, Chair, Commission. Having an in-house physician allows the detention staff to feel less pressure on transports to peer view, in which we were doing when we didn't have a physician in-house. And with that, they can work closely with our behavioral health team to receive medications in a timely fashion to help stabilize and to get them back onto whatever maybe they were on prior to incarceration, or get them on what they need to manage incarceration. And so they can leave with their medications afterwards. It'll just be more timely and effective care for those in need. So we're quite excited.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, let's have a motion.
Chair Payne, I would move to approve the amendment to the grant award contract between Lewis and Clark County and the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services, as explained by Mr. Nisi.
Second.
All right. Moved and seconded that we approve the amendment to grant award contract between Lewis and Clark County and the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. All those in
Chair
favor.
Payne.
Whoop, I got to have a comment. Okay. Comment?
I do.
Okay.
Very,
Andy.
very briefly. No question. You're good. Just a comment. We asked the taxpayers back in 2017, 18 to help fund the startup of this and have services in our detention center, behavioral health services and other services in our detention center. And at that time, we not only committed to that, but we also committed to looking for all the funds that we could on the outside, grant funding and other things to augment that. And this is another case where we're doing what we said we were going to do and what we promised to do. And so we have these services now built and functioning in our facility. And this is one indicator where we're going after funds on the outside we have an opportunity to bring them in and augment the funds that our local taxpayers are investing. So I thank you and I appreciate the work that you're doing, and your team. Please give them my best, and that I said thank you on the record here. Thanks, Chair Payne.
I'd also have a comment. Since becoming a county commissioner, I've become more aware of who the people in the jail are or who they may be. But before this, I had no familiarity. I assumed they were all a bunch of dirtbags. However, it's come to my attention. I got to remember, innocent until proven guilty. And these are someone's husbands, sons, daughters, children. They're part of who we all are. And part of our job is to make sure that they have what they need to be the best they can be. And hopefully after this experience and the treatment they get through our detention center, maybe they will come out and be better citizens and have a better life than when they went in. So this is really important work you're doing, and I appreciate it. Tom?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I agree.
Here. Okay. All right. In that case, it has been moved and seconded that we approve this amendment to the grant award contract. And all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. We have come to the point in our commission meeting for any public comment on any public matter within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda above. Seeing no one making public comment, this meeting is adjourned.